A.M. It's another Victory Monday, the 8th in a row, 13 this season. The Jaguars are your AFC South champs, and the postseason begins this week. Welcome in. I'm Kainani Stevens, Brian Sexton, John Oehser with me today. And it was a fun one yesterday. Let's go over some of our big things from it. Brought to you by GEHA, Government Employees Health Association. Big thing number one has to be quarterback one, which is Trevor Lawrence. And we've seen the best football we've seen out of him in his career the past 2 months, and that coincides with an AFC South title.
To see the progression and to see just the attention to detail from the coaching staff, not just Liam, but obviously it's led by him, just the attention to detail throughout the week and the game planning, feeling the preparation on Sundays, feeling it come to life. And I think just stacking all those days and all those weeks now is why we're playing so much better offensively, because sometimes it takes some time. But now we have so many reps, and really we're ready for whatever the defense throws at us. And it's not always perfect, but it's been a fun progression, and he's a hell of a coach, and I'm glad he's here in Jacksonville and very thankful for him.
Brian, in the offseason, there were questions whether Liam Cohen was going to be able to do for Trevor Lawrence what he did for Baker Mayfield in the past couple of months, have put any questions to rest as we've seen the best out of Trevor Lawrence.
Without a doubt. Remember when the storyline was his footwork and how he was going to have to change, and then early this season there were some nuances and things that needed to adjust. Over the last 6 weeks, 19 touchdowns total, just 1 turnover. It's been a remarkable turnaround for him, and now the confidence level that this team has in their quarterback. Well, if you haven't seen the video of Jarian Jones in the locker room offering that gift, everybody believes in Trevor Lawrence in this building, and that means a lot going forward, John, because with the playoffs coming and Josh Allen coming in here this week, the Jaguars feel as good about their quarterback as any in the AFC.
Well, and they should. He's not just QB1. I think he's a legitimate MVP candidate. If I talk to voters in the offseason and he doesn't win it, I want to know why. His numbers, his performance is as good as Drake May's. Stafford beat him, and Stafford has numbers, but the Rams don't have as good a record. You know, Christian McCaffrey's up there. The Jaguars beat them. So I'm not saying he's a walk-away candidate, but for him not to be in the conversation and not to be in the forefront of people's mind for the most valuable player in the NFL, show me why.
I'm sure there will be many conversations about that. We'll be keeping track and receipts as always. Big thing number 2 today is going to be Jags HQ. There were big off-season changes, a lot of that revolving around head coach, a new GM, and Tony Baselli stepping into a new role at EVP. Liam Cohen talked a little bit about why that relationship between all three of them is so special.
Tony and James and I are, it's a pretty cool relationship. It obviously goes beyond just a working friendship. And I can't thank them enough for their support. And we truly do it all together. That's the cool part. Like everything that we do, every decision that we make is together, is a group effort. And to have Tony, to have James in their roles and how, the continuity that we have, I think the players feel it. I think the guys in the locker room all believe that we're on the same page, and that the amount of time that we put into these guys, the amount of energy that gets put into these guys. Tony says it all the time, it's all about the grass.
John, we're around these guys a lot. I think tons of credit goes to Liam Cohen, what he's been able to do coaching these players, but I'm not sure we're here right now if it wasn't all three of them working together.
No, it's, people ask you, why is it working? And you say, well, the leadership's all on the same page. And they look at you like, well, why wouldn't they be on the same page? Because it doesn't always happen to this degree. James Gladstone, the moves he made to get Jacoby Myers, Liam Cohen, the work with Trevor, everything. Tony Baselli sort of started all this and was very influential in hiring these two, and was very focused early on. And this is going to be a transparent relationship where the franchise does things right. And Brian, you've been around longer than I have. The franchise is doing things right because of those three.
Yeah, let me give you the best example that I can of that. Last night I walked over to work post-game radio from the stadium to the Miller Electric Center and walked into a crowd of Jaguars families. In years past, there'd be a tent and people would maybe go through on their way out, but they didn't want to leave. They were in the lunchroom. They were out on the practice field. The culture is inclusive, and it is about the players. You heard Liam Cohen say, it's about the players on the grass. But the culture that they've created here is so different than the culture that was here last year. There was no culture under Urban Meyer, the culture under Marrone or Bradley. I mean, you go all the way back. The culture here is about being a Jaguar and being a part of something bigger than yourself. And it was just overwhelming to stand there around. Jacoby Myers' family wanted to talk, and Antonio Johnson's family wanted to come over and talk. I mean, there were just so many people that wanted to be a part of this thing, and the Jaguars made sure, John, that all of them felt like they were part of it. And the residual of that we can talk about forever and ever. But they've got something special going here right now because of what Tony Boselli, James Gladstone, and Liam Cohen have done. And I just want to say one thing about Boselli, because we spend so much time talking about Cohen and Coach of the Year, and he deserves it. Quietly, whether he's sitting in the lunchroom or walking on the practice field or walking through the halls, the way that he has gone about this job this year is remarkable. The way that people look at him, the way that he talks to people, he has done a remarkable job of giving this franchise an opportunity, and they've taken advantage of it.
Yeah, final thought, Kai. He might be as good in the front office as he was on the field, and he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer. That's quite high praise, and I think from what we've seen so far just in 1 year, he's definitely working towards that if he's not there already. Our final big thing today is going to be, it's about us, because we talk about this team. They are all one. They are working together, and just what they've been able to do on the field, it feels like it's not just individuals, it's all of them playing together.
It's very cool to realize, for me as a player, the position that I am, that I don't have to have the best game to have a win like this or to win games, because other guys are having their moments as well, that I can continue to do what I do, but celebrate those guys and celebrate those moments. And when it is my time to go, it's my time to go. And AJ was like, was it my best game? I don't know. Was it my most impactful game? Probably wasn't. I did a lot of good things, but to sit back there and watch AJ get that pick, and for me, what can I do to help? To get a block. Run my butt off to get a block so he can find his way in the end zone, so he can have his moment. And that's what we have a collective of guys to do. And I think, again, that's what makes our team special.
Brian, there's been many times when Josh Hines-Allen was the best player out on the field for the Jaguars, but it is cool now that it's a full team effort. It can be anybody's best game any week. And what's even cooler about that is then when you're taking on an opponent, now that we know it's going to be the Bills, feels like it doesn't matter as long as the Jaguars play their best games.
No, there's so many opportunities, places and people where you're going to see success. The offensive line this year has been a great one where they've had to move players on and off the field. The secondary where they've had to overcome injuries. I mean, how are we here at the end of this first segment? We haven't even mentioned the fact that Cam Little kicked the longest outdoor field goal in NFL history, now owns 1 and 2. It doesn't matter who it is. It matters when their moment is there, do they rise to it? And they have. And I'll reference the Jarian Jones video once again. I mean, to see the joy on their faces in the locker room together yesterday is very similar to the way that they play. And it's been as good a run as any in Jaguars history.
Yeah, you can't fake what's going on. You can't fake the emotion in the locker room when they see Liam coming in and they're excited for that moment. Look, winning helps. If that momentum had gotten broken, would you see this level? I don't know. But sometimes you get around stories and teams that you know are special and you always remember, and this is one of them.
Stay with us here on Jags A.M. Coming up, we'll go over the highlights from yesterday and talk more about this AFC South crown.
Frank Ramsey here. When you think of barbecue in Jacksonville, it's got to be Bono's Pit Barbecue. For over 75 years, Bono's has been smoking Jacksonville's favorite barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium, because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So go to bonosbarbecue.com or call their fantastic catering department at 904-332-7427. That's 904-332-7427. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Renewal by Andersen is ringing in the new year with a happy renewal year sale. Buy one, get one 40% off all replacement windows and doors. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 1 year. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable year-round. Sale ends January 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Andersen, where comfort meets savings.
It's game time, Jaguars fans. This season, feed your fandom with the Jaguars sub from Publix, the official supermarket of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Wow! Sink your teeth into crispy chicken tenders, boar's head bacon, melted cheddar, sweet coleslaw, and smoky barbecue mayo, all stacked on a fresh white roll. Taste the hype only at Jacksonville Publix locations. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
The moment you drop off donations at a North Florida Goodwill, your things start new lives. A donated jersey helps someone suit up for success through education and training. A pair of old cleats helps a job seeker step confidently into new career opportunities. Every donation fuels Goodwill's mission to provide education, training, and career opportunities, removing barriers to employment and building brighter futures across our community. To find your nearest donation center and learn more, visit goodwillnorthfl.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Huddle up, My Gate Rewards members. Football is back. Celebrate with the Duval Meal Deal at Gate. Right now, grab a personal pizza and any 20-ounce Coca-Cola soft drink for just $4.99. No matter what combo you choose, this meal's the perfect play. Happening now through January 5th, 2026. See store for details. A deal that's a victory for every fan. Gates got you.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Jags fans, if you want customized Jaguars furniture for your home, check out zipchair.com to browse all the customizable options. Zipchair is furniture for fans.
Longest wave in existence. I just thought that was pretty cool as well. But I love our fans, man. I love when I hear Duval in the crowd chant it as loud as you can. I think that's an intimidating factor for us that we can kind of hold on to a little bit more. So in the playoff game, let's get a little bit more of that, a little bit more juice in the stands, and go get the next one.
Let's get more loud in the stadium yesterday, and I have a feeling it's going to be very loud on Sunday at 1 to take on the Bills in the postseason. And I did see that wave going on for like a solid 5-10 minutes there in the third quarter, and I was like, oh, we've reached that point in the game.
It was impressive.
It was very impressive. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from yesterday. Titans came out early. Obviously, Jeffrey Simmons got to Trevor Lawrence on the very first play of the game, and then Titans were able to score early as well, but unfortunately for Cam Ward and the Titans, because they got so much going on over there, he injured himself on this touchdown run, and I don't feel bad for the Titans. I wouldn't go that far, but, I mean, they definitely didn't need that on the icing to the cake of the season.
No, they've got a lot of uncertainty now, obviously, which only helps the Jaguars cement their hold at the top of the AFC South. They're going to have a new coach, and the quarterback's got a shoulder injury now. We'll see what that becomes. And for the Jaguars, it meant that they got him out of the game, and Brandon Allen came in and could do nothing. It's why the game became 41-7 and wasn't somewhat closer.
I think what's cool about, or not cool, what's interesting when I look at the Titans and I look at the Jaguars and we look at last season, and both teams were in really bad positions at that point, and how quickly the Jaguars were able to turn things around, John. I mean, we've seen it with some other franchises. The Bears are doing it, the Patriots are kind of doing it this year as well, but there isn't as much of the, hey, I need a couple of years to fix this as we've seen in the past. Now you're seeing some franchises that can turn the page quickly.
Yeah, well, not all franchises had Tony Baselli involved. I mean, I'm not trying to overplay this, but this is a guy who understood what this franchise needed. He had been around it, and again, was very influential in making sure that this team got Liam Cohen, knew what they wanted, had that eye. Was there some luck involved? Sure, when you're hiring people, you never completely know this is all going to work out like this. Because I think a lot of people listening, when you said anything associated with feeling sorry for the Titans, probably started laughing. And for those people, yesterday was your largest margin of victory over that franchise, the most points against that franchise, and you beat that franchise 66-10. Brian, there are people who like that.
Oh, yeah, a lot. And the Jaguars have won 7 of the last 8. I'll also say this. There was talent here, right? I mean, the Titans don't have enough talent. They have a few players. The roster had plenty of talented guys. They just weren't used correctly last year. Offense, defense, special teams, same guys here. But you get what I'm saying is that Liam comes in and Tony comes in, they build a culture, they change the way that they do things, they put guys in a position to succeed on defense in particular, and they took what was here and flipped it from 4-13 to 13-4 without really bringing in, I mean, it wasn't like they went out and wrote the big check for the high dollar free agent. They brought some players in here like Robert Hainsey, who were good players, but most people who are watching this didn't know who Robert Hainsey was last year, and yet they made a significant difference. That's what stands out so much to me, is they walked in here and said, oh, okay, we can do something with this.
And talk about elevating the players that are already here. Let's look at Parker Washington's touchdown from yesterday, because that's someone we saw in training camp, looked amazing, but to think that he's at this point that he's at in the season, John, we always talk about this. Look at what Parker's been doing this season.
Well, and again, I said last week, I think he's made a rubber. I mean, he took a hit yesterday where I think Trevor was like, oh no.
Yeah, and it looked bad.
Within like 2 minutes, Parker's standing up and he's doing his arms, and it's like, the guy who, you hit a cockroach and he keeps on running around. He's a remarkable player, and it goes to show. Sometimes you see these training camp and OTA stories and they get lost. This team, Parker's the best example, but there are others, Jarian Jones, Antonio Johnson. Oh, this guy's playing well. Well, we're not going to ignore that. We're going to make sure we maximize that. And Parker Washington is a core player on this team, right?
He's also a tough guy, and he wants to play. Yeah. I mean, it might have hurt him. I don't know, but there was no way you could tell.
Nothing hurts Parker Washington.
Yeah, you're probably right. He was going to get back on the field at all costs because he wanted to be a part of it. These guys love playing with and for Trevor Lawrence. And, I mean, listen, he finished the year with the most receptions and the most passing or receiving yards by a Jaguars wide receiver. And who would have thought that was going to be the case when the season began? And you had Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter, and they spent $10 million on De'Ami Brown. And here comes Parker Washington, which just goes to show when they needed him, he showed up big.
And by the way, that throw doesn't happen in weeks 5 through 6. That was a confidence throw.
He'll be
that was a big-time dart. It's what Trevor's doing well. And it was an early statement in that game. Okay, you got a lead, but we're the better team here.
Yeah.
And it's the trust to go around. We saw, I think Liam mentioned in his speech, every skill position player had a catch in this game. So on the second touchdown, it was going to be Brenton Strange, but BTJ's pass interference call kind of set things up on that play. And John, when we talk about the offense, when it was Parker, the trust factors there, he's throwing it because he knows where Parker's going to be. He still has trust in everybody in this offense at this point in the season, which it doesn't feel like he's forcing it to anybody in particular.
He doesn't care who he throws it to. I was rewatching the game this morning, and there were a couple of times, at least once, but I think a couple of times, where the announcer, oh, it's Brian Thomas Jr. Oh, no, it's Jacoby Myers. Because there's no trend in this. It doesn't matter to him who he's throwing to. There was a series early, it may have been this one, where he went to Brenton 3 times because it was there. Through to Parker. I mean, it's. I said it a million times in this show. Most impressive thing that's happened this year, beyond the obvious story of Trevor emerging as one of the best players in the league, is the fact that this wide receiver core was a liability early in the season. And I'm not saying anything against those guys, but drops, you didn't know what they were, and you thought Trevor can't trust this. It's a strength, and as you go into the playoffs, one of the reasons you feel great about this, even though the running game isn't quite where they want it to be, is Trevor has complete confidence in everything that's going on around him. That was not the case in October.
Well, listen, he had confidence on that throw. Let's not overlook the throw to Brian Thomas, where he had Jeffrey Simmons bearing down on him. That was a throw that Patrick Mahomes made on Monday Night Football, where the Jaguars had him dead to rights, and he put the ball up and it became a completion. In this case, it became a pass interference. He put the ball where Brian Thomas could go make a play on it and drew the flag. That's another thing that we have seen from him is timely throws under pressure. And he delivered a big one yesterday that set up a 14-7 lead.
He had a couple yesterday, pure talent throws. Yeah. Even one that was sort of a check down, but he's under pressure and he kind of flicks it. I think it was Brenton Strange over on the left. Could have easily fallen short, and all of a sudden you're looking at 3rd and long. Instead, it's a first down, you keep going. He has some hidden plays that are special that great quarterbacks do.
Let's talk about some of those other players contributing that we've been talking about, kind of star games here and there. Antonio Johnson, who's had some very impressive plays on defense after maybe not a great season last year. We didn't know what he could be. We always knew he was athletic. Here with the pick six, not that anything was ever in jeopardy at this point, but then you're kind of like, all right, everybody's going to do it today. We got it.
Antonio Johnson started the season as a special teams player. Remember, they signed Eric Murray, and then they draft Caleb Ransaw. They didn't see Antonio Johnson in this role, and they gave him the opportunity. And this year, under Anthony Campanile, he finishes with a career-high 5 interceptions. And that was a great play. It blew it open. But he finished the game last week, with the interception as well. He's a momentum player. He delivers hits in the run game. He delivers quarterback pressures when they've sent him in the pass rush. And he delivers takeaways when he's had the opportunity this year. He is a great example of the player who was here last year, who didn't have a role, who was an unknown when training camp began, and became something special. He's a big part of what they do on defense.
Yeah, Kai, you said it wasn't in doubt. This is a moments league, and it's 14-7. They're on the other side of the 50. I don't think the Titans win that game, but if they score there and make it 14-10, it's not the happy celebration dance in the rain game. I mean, it's so that play was big, and Antonio, he catches the ball, which not all defensive backs do, and he's caught the 5 interceptions. 40 years ago, that wasn't a lot. Yeah. 5 interceptions in the NFL these days is a lot of interceptions. He's had a really impressive season.
And 3 of those, I think, are on the last defensive plays of the football game, which is kind of like calling game. You're like, I'm
pick up the Texans game, remember?
Pick up my ball and go home. So pretty cool moments there as well. And then, of course, we have to talk about Cam Little, who already owns the NFL's longest field goal record indoors, as Brian, as you mentioned. Now he owns the outdoors as well. And it's just so funny because he lines up at this point, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's almost a gimme, it feels like.
I wonder what Mike McCoy was thinking when he decided on 4th down.
Especially because he knows better than anybody that Cam Little can do that.
I mean, listen, when you see this, you think, well, that's 3 points. And from 67 yards away, I'm not sure at what year, whether it was last year or this year, that we decided that's scoring territory in the NFL, whether you're the Cowboys with Brandon Aubrey or the Jaguars with Cam Little. But I thought, Mike, what are you doing? You should at least punt it. You're going to give him 3 points. And then out trots Cam at 67 yards. So probably my favorite moment of the game yesterday, just because it's been that kind of a season where you've had special fun plays, whether it was the 70-yarder that he kicked in the preseason or the 68-yarder in Vegas. This was like, oh, yeah, this might be our year.
It's a good thing they didn't cut him.
Yeah, I remember when everyone wanted to bring someone in.
That's just calm down.
Patience is not a virtue in this league. Well, it is a virtue. People just don't see it as one.
Yes, and very happy they were patient with him for those couple weeks earlier in the season.
And apparently there's a better kicker out there because he's not in the Pro Bowl.
What? Is it the guy in Baltimore?
I don't know who it is.
Or 2, maybe. I don't know.
But might have been a miss.
Well, we'll see. They can have the Pro Bowls. We'll see what Cam can do in the playoffs for sure. Stay with us here on Jags A.M. We're going to tell you what our hot takes are after the break.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com and move into your dream home today.
I'm Foye Oluwakim from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Driving distracted or under the influence is dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for everyone on the road around you. Ride with Do Not Disturb. That call, text, or social media message can wait. Choose your music before you turn the ignition. Anytime your eyes are not on the road ahead, you're distracted, so pay attention. Remember, drive high equals DUI. Plan ahead. Have a designated driver or get a ride home. Keep a clear head to see clear ahead, and let's get everyone home safely.
What's the best part about lawn care during the winter? You can give it a rest. Lawns only need watering up to once a week. Really, that's it. Using less water means you're saving time and money that you can put towards something else. Before you run your sprinklers, remember, give it a rest and only water up to once a week. For more information, Visit waterlessflorida.com.
Are you ready for a taste bud touchdown? Well, Jags fans, if you're at the bank and craving a snack that's shell-shockingly good, look no further than Luray Peanut Company's boiled peanuts. Picture this, you in the stands, cheering on your Jaguars, and in one hand, a bag of piping hot boiled peanuts. With original or Cajun to choose from, they're so delicious, you'll wonder where they've been all your life. So grab them while they're hot and get back to the game. And as always, Duval! Luray boiled peanuts, where every nut is a winner.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Before you break ground on any project, make sure to call 811 before you dig. Sunshine 811 is a free service to have underground utility lines marked before digging. For projects of all sizes, creating a game plan can save you time and money. Skipping the call could mean accidentally hitting underground utility lines, which can lead to injuries, expensive repairs, fines, and even service outages in your neighborhood. Let's keep everyone safe. Dial or click ahead. Find out more at peoplesgas.com/811.
Jags A.M. Hot Takes brought to you by Firehouse Subs. And Brian, you wanted to mention this, so I thought we'd show the footage. This is when the internet comes to life. I don't know if you guys have seen the AI image of Trevor with grills in. Well, now he's got real grills. I'm sure Marissa was in on this as well, because I don't know how he got molds for his teeth. But the defense gifting a set of grills to Trevor Lawrence. And
awesome.
If that's not a good omen for the playoffs, I don't know what is. John, if we win, I'll get you a set too.
I don't know that Sherry would be able to locate
I'll talk to
any
Sherry.
sort of sizing for my teeth. So that's impressive stuff. But it's again, there are memories and moments, like you're about to say,
that's
Brian,
a moment.
that make you realize, you can't fake it, and you can't invent this sort of camaraderie. It has to come from, a year's worth of these guys being together and genuinely liking each other.
Well, you can see it. If you go back and watch it, you see an Anton Harrison who is over Trevor's left shoulder. You just see the look of pure joy on his face. And the other thing is the way that this team has rallied around him, the way that they believe in him. It is...
I believe in him too.
I've not seen that in the Jaguars locker room since 1996.
All right, Brian, what's your hot take for us today?
Why not us? To reference 1996 again, this football team is playing so well on every side of the ball. Your kicker just kicked a 67-yard field goal. Your run defense hasn't allowed a running back to run for more than 75 yards in a single game all season. And your quarterback is playing at the top of the National Football League, as John said, an MVP level. Listen, that is not a formula for maybe the Jaguars can do it. It's a formula for the Jaguars can do it. And I say, why not? Go get it done. They have the #1 run defense. And this week, John, they get the #1 rushing offense in football. The Bills come in here having passed the Baltimore Ravens yesterday at 159.4 rushing yards per game. So it's just about, right, half. The Jaguars give up 85. They run for 160. Man, let's see what this thing does. I think the Jaguars are a team that is, well, let's put it this way. They're not the front runner in the AFC. That's the Denver Broncos because they're the #1 seed. But I'm not sure there's a better team in the AFC than this one.
No, the AFC is going to be a dogfight. I don't know if the Jaguars will win it, but there's 4 or 5 teams that can, and they're one of them. Look, this thing can end in a hurry. It's why my hot take is very cool. Now forget about it, which they will. I mean, the division's cool. I mean, the season has been cool. All those videos are cool. It can be over Monday morning.
Yeah.
And when it ends in this league, it ends fast. And that's why we've all talked about it on this show. The 8 games they had to win to get here, they're used to this. They're playoff tested. They've beaten 2 playoff teams during that streak. They beat the Colts twice. They're a good team. And now, I think Trevor talked about it on the podium. You got to go win it, and have another chance, and it's about who's playing the best, and this team has a chance.
Jaguars are, I think, playing at the top of the AFC. The one thing you've got is a quarterback in Josh Allen. People may have seen a couple weeks ago. They were down 35-7 to the Patriots, who are the number 2 seed, on the road in New England, and they came back and won. They have 5 wins this year where they're down 2 touchdowns. They come back. So this is going to be a nail-biter all the way. Jaguars have won the last 5 or 6 games by, 19.1 points?
Yeah,
that's not happening this week.
But this is the best situation the Jaguars have ever had going into the playoffs. And I know they had 2 home games in '99, but 8 straight games going in. They have momentum. Remember, '98 they got there, but they sort of lost late. Lost to the Titans late. There was questions about in '99. Snuck in 22. 8 games in a row with a win over that number 1 seed. They should be considered a favorite along with the Patriots and the Broncos.
John, I think you made a good point about kind of enjoying this but moving forward, because I felt like the team was on that page, because there's sometimes when you see when someone wins a division and there's celebration, as there should be, but they're not just happy to be there. There was very much, okay, cool, we're happy we won as we expected. Now what's next? And that's a good spot to see they're not just happy to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, and every team would say that in that situation, but I don't know how to express it. You just felt it.
There's a vibe you can feel for sure. And we've been around enough teams that I felt that for sure. It was excitement, yes, but okay, we're getting back to work. And there's other places where it's just excitement to be a part of it.
It has the feel, Brian, of a team that's been there before, even though it sort of hasn't. But I guess there are players in this locker room who were there in 22 when they won and then lost, and they're in 23 when it fell apart. So I do kind of think we forget that a lot of these guys have touched this kind of experience before, and that may be giving them perspective that fans don't realize they have.
Let me bring back a term from February, intangibly rich. The Jaguars are intangibly billionaires right now. I mean, in that locker room, you have so many things going their way. You felt it all in the video with Liam, the video with Jarian, over this 8-game stretch to watch and to listen to these players. And then I felt it as I walked through the families last night as they were celebrating together. The intangibles around this football team are at an all-time high. And I think the Jaguars brass, Tony, James, and Liam, will understand how to harness that, because they have all been involved with these kinds of late season runs, even if their players haven't. Tony with the Jaguars and James and Liam with the Rams and the Buccaneers.
I think what shouldn't get lost too, Kai, and I'm not meaning to delay your fiery hot take. They've got all of this. Yes. They've got a lot of things going. They've got the defense playing very well. I got a lot of questions last night. Why does this feel real? 16.
Yeah.
And that leads right into my take, which is this team will go as far as Trevor will take them. And that, for me, means in the past 3 years, never a Trevor hater by any means, but I was waiting to see it. I wasn't here for that 22 run. I didn't get to see him do those crazy magical things. And yes, he's been banged up, so there's some stuff in between there. But these past 2 months is the Trevor Lawrence that I think we all knew he could be, and he's been consistently for a good amount of time now. And this team has won games because of what Trevor Lawrence has done, and I'm not sure that he's done that consistently before. So now when you have a defense that's playing as well as they've been playing, a special teams that can be complementary to your team, and a quarterback that can win you football games, that's what's going to get it done in the playoffs. And at no point do I feel that they're going to be deficient in that, even going up against a Josh Allen and the Bills, and we'll talk more about that this week. But Trevor Lawrence can go out there and win you a regular season game and a playoff game.
Listen, I don't know if people pay enough attention to the little mechanics of a football game, the way that he gets a team to the line of scrimmage, the way that he gets in and out of the huddle, but I see it on the practice field every week, and he has, John, claimed control of this thing. I mean, they don't show video of it, practice is practice, but the way that he steps out of the huddle, hey, get in here, and the way that he commands at the line of scrimmage is so different than it was even early this year. It was never that way in 22, Kai. He is a different player in the sense that he feels this is his, and his teammates have given it to him, and they're following him.
Yeah, I don't mean to keep beating this drum, but I guess I do. If you only looked at the he's the most valuable player in the NFL over the last 2 months of the season.
Yeah.
He's the best player in the NFL right now. And I don't necessarily, I keep getting emails. When's it going to end? Why do I trust this? Look, I don't care why you trust it anymore. This is what he is. And I'm not looking ahead, but he's only known Liam Cohen for like 10 months.
Yeah.
How good is this going to look as he goes forward? Because they have a core around him. So look out.
Actually comfortable together and seeing this grow. It's going to be fun to see it in the postseason for the first time. So stay with us on Jags A.M. We'll tell you what's coming up this week as we get ready for the playoffs.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
The kick is up. It's good!
Field goals for Firehouse Subs are back. That means when the Jags score from deep, you do too. Anytime the Jags score a field goal that's 40 yards or more, you can get a free medium sub with the purchase of any other medium sub, online or in the app for 4 days following the game. So cheer on the Jags, watch for the big kicks, and get your buy one, get one free medium sub at participating Firehouse Subs throughout Jacksonville when you use the app. The hottest subs in Duval. See firehousesubs.com for offer terms.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The stadium bathroom line. It's like TSA and the DMV merged in the waters of rush hour traffic, and you're in it. No closer to the bathroom than you were 5 minutes ago. Just closer to, well, going to the bathroom. You know what actually takes a minute? Pre-ordering an Uber so no one drives impaired after the game. Take a minute, make a plan. Never drive impaired. Go to takeaminutenow.com. From Diageo, Mad, Uber, and the NFL. Please drink responsibly.
What's the best part about lawn care during the winter? You can give it a rest. Lawns only need watering up to once a week. Really, that's it. Using less water means you're saving time and money that you can put towards something else. Before you run your sprinklers, remember, give it a rest and only water up to once a week. For more information, visit waterlessflorida.com. The moment you drop off donations at a North Florida Goodwill, your things start new lives. A donated jersey helps someone suit up for success through education and training. A pair of old cleats helps a job seeker step confidently into new career opportunities. Every donation fuels Goodwill's mission to provide education, training, and career opportunities, removing barriers to employment and building brighter futures across our community. To find your nearest donation center and learn more, visit goodwillnorthfl.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Jags A.M. brought to you today by Hyundai. We're here in the Hyundai studios, and this Sundays, now that we know, playoff game going to be brought to you by Daly's. It's nicer here. There's tickets out there. Go and get them because a lot of them are already gone, and this place is going to be rocking on Sunday afternoon.
And everyone that is not held by a Jaguars fan will be held by a Bills fan. They will fill your building if you don't. So the home field advantage that Josh talked about earlier in this show is... it will be a huge difference maker, so we need people there.
And this kind of goes without saying, but if most people watching this have been to a playoff game. If you happen not to have been to a playoff game, even the jaded old sports writer in me will tell you they're different. There's a different energy to it, and that stadium is fun to be in during a playoff game.
Little Florida Sunday afternoon weather. I mean, I don't feel like I need to convince anybody because it's going to be awesome. And we'll talk more later in the week, but going up against the Bills, who have Josh Allen, against Trevor Lawrence, who we know has been playing amazing. This could be a cool quarterback battle, too.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. I just read this morning Josh Allen's never won a road playoff game. So they are used to playing at home. They've won 5 in a row in the first round. They've won a playoff game in the last 5 seasons consecutive, but they've all been at home. So you get him on the road, and listen, he's great. But Trevor the numbers are almost the same.
Yeah.
He's got 25 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, and Trevor finished with 27 touchdowns, 29
and
9 rushing.
Ran for 9. So look, he's this is absolutely a game where if Trevor goes out and outplays Josh Allen, that's not what it's about, but that's what national media likes to latch on to. There's no reason the Jaguars don't win this game. There's also no reason the Bills don't win this game. It's that sort of game.
And as I mentioned earlier, they run for 160 yards a game, so we're taking the number 1 run defense and putting it up against the number 1 run offense. That alone is worth the price of admission.
And the stat I've been hammering all week, it felt like last week, that they haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher. I believe, per our stats, they haven't allowed a 75-yard rusher.
Jonathan Taylor got close.
74. The only 2 70-yard performances were both Jonathan Taylor, who was one of the best runners in the league this year.
But this kid Cook,
he's good.
He can do it. So that's going to be something we'll look at later this week as well. But for now, enjoy this Victory Monday, 8th in a row as we head into the playoffs. We'll see you back here on Jags A.M. later this week.
They haven't played a quarterback as good as this since